Thanks, Mark, for your email. I have a prototype to show you as well. Heath's only took me about 15 minutes, and I've been working on this one for about 3 hours, but we're most of the way there already. And so the purpose of this is to demonstrate that we can get up and running with something like this in-house and in short order. So to break down the attachments that Mark sent of the things that we want this tool to be able to do, we want to have a spot that students can upload their transcripts, and then their transcripts get scanned, and then we put this information from their transcript of each single course that they want to find an equivalency for into a single spreadsheet for a human being to double check. So the AI is going to scan it and put it in a single spreadsheet, but in the process that got sent to us from the vendor, and I think this is smart, you want a human being just to be able to look at that data and make sure that it has come through cleanly. Once that's done, we want to run a second process, which will figure out what the course equivalencies are. And this I showed in the first video that I sent to everyone. The third thing that we want this to do is we want to run another process that then sends Microsoft Teams approvals to the people who need to approve. So from the big spreadsheet list that we get, we want to send Teams approvals out to the instructors or whomever needs to approve the transfer credits. And then once we hear back from those people who are approving the transfer credits, or whether it's an approval or a rejection, this gets noted back on the master spreadsheet. So then that way the registrar then is ready, and this can be done through bulk action as well. They don't have to send these messages out manually. Send out messages to the students who uploaded their transcripts to let them know whether transfer credits have been either approved or denied. So I'll bore you very briefly with the nuts and bolts of it, and then we can see it in action. We're using Power Automate. Right now I have it in OneDrive just for the prototyping, but where this will end up living in is a specially designed Microsoft team for transcript course equivalencies, or in a team that the registrar perhaps already has. And what happens is we have a spot where students can drop their PDF file. Once that happens, it gets scanned by the AI, the brain symbol. Then we make a customized text that the computers can read. The computer parses that text, and then it updates an Excel table with all of the information from the transcript. So the spreadsheet where these all end up, we can customize this to pull whatever fields from the transcript we are interested in getting. But right now, for our demonstration, I did first name, last name, email address, student ID, if there is one on the transcript, date of birth, course code, which should be something like Math 100, English 100, Psych 101, the course title, which is a brief description of the course, the credit hours, the grade, and then the semester when the course was taken. We would send the students a link. The link takes them to this website. Like I said, right now I'm using OneDrive. We'll want to use a Microsoft team for this, so a group of people can see the spreadsheet file that I just made, and it's more secure when you're using the request files action. So this is the request files action. You don't need to be logged into a Microsoft account to click on this. In fact, I'll prove it to you if we open up a private window. So I'm not logged into anything here. You visit this link, it takes you here, and you're able to either drag and drop a file, or you click on the select file button that shows up. And when you do, you can pick a PDF file of your transcript. I've selected one. We're going to open it, and now it's going to run. We have to say our first name and last name, and then upload. And from here, the script is going to run to scan the information with AI and put the information on the spreadsheet. We can see on the Power Automate side that it's thinking right now. It found in this particular transcript that this student has taken 15 courses, so it's going to be adding 15 rows to that spreadsheet. In 40 seconds flat, it has been able to scan this transcript and add all the information into a spreadsheet. So let's see what it came up with. So this was the student transcript that I used for the previous example, which was the one that I generated with AI called Raj Patel. So he's our sample student here. So it was able to pick up first name and last name. If you actually check the transcript, there's no email address listed. So that's why it shows back the value unknown. If it can't find something, then this particular script will display the value of unknown if it can't find it. It displays his student ID, date of birth, and then you've got the course codes, the course titles, the credit hours, the grade earned, and the semester that the course was taken in. And again, these are all fully customizable. So let's do another one. I'm back and pretending to be a student. I'm on that link that we shared. We hit select files. We can grab a transcript and upload it. This is another transcript that I added. We'll hit upload, and then in about a minute, we'll see what we get. All right, so this has run a second time, and we can see on the same table here, I just kept it simple and had it just throw everything into a single sheet on a single Excel document in a single table. But we could point this data and send it to wherever we want in whatever format. So here I have the student's name is John Doe. They also didn't have an email address, and then on their transcript, it didn't have a date of birth. But they've taken Introduction to Computer Science, College Algebra, English Composition, Intro to Psychology, a bunch of courses. There's nothing listed for credit hours. I had AI generate this transcript as well, and it didn't really do a good job with it, the fake transcript that it made. It didn't put any credit hours into it. We could continue to test this with actual transcripts that you have. We could load a bunch to this tool and see what it comes up with. But it's pretty easy to get the prompt correct so that it's pulling all the fields of information that you want. Then we've got, of course, the grade, and then the semester that the course was taken in. So in the same sheet, of course, we'll want to run another AI process that will scan this through this list and come up with what is the AU course equivalency for this course, if there is one. So we'd probably want at some point another column on here that says course equivalency. And this is where once we run that process, it could write onto here what the AU course equivalent is. The next step then would be to send Teams approvals out to the people who need to approve it. So we would put email of who needs to approve. And this would probably be a manual process unless we've got a list somewhere that we could reference and we can make it automatic of the email address of the person looking at the AU course equivalency, whose department is it that they need to approve. We just type those emails in right here. And then we would run another process that would then send, because I imagine we're doing hundreds of these. It could send 100 Teams approvals, little messenger birds, off to everybody who needs to click either approve or reject. And when they hit approve or reject, then we'll get a record of whether or not this is approved. So we'd have that information also here. And then once we had that information, then we could contact student. And so this could be their email address. And we do a mail merge message style message to let them know yes or no, course by course, based on all of the courses that you've got. This has been either like these transfer credits have been approved versus these ones have been denied. So a short video, a quick example to show what the process would look like if we wanted to build or develop something like this ourselves. Naturally, we'll talk more, but in my mind, very doable.